Everybody, SS Reviews, you here, and today I'm going to be doing my ranking of every movie I saw in 2018, excluding the top 10, because I already made a video about my top 10. If you're interested in that, it's my last video on my channel. Before we get started, I will be going from number 46 to number 11. And also, just one more thing before this. Expect my top 5 most disappointing movies of the year next week. Because I don't like making worse lists, and really, I didn't really see that many awful movies this year. So, my whole, bottom 10 really aren't that bad. And I just kind of want to talk about disappointing movies, because I think that there were quite a few of those this year. So let's start off at number 46. One that I was looking forward to. I have no idea why. It was Nutcracker in the Four Realms is number 46. Nutcracker in the Four Realms was the worst movie of the year for me. I think Nutcracker in the Four Realms was absolutely awful. It was so boring. I kept getting out of the theater and walking around getting out of the theater and just walking around the cinema and looking inside of other theaters because I was so bored watching Nutcracker in the Four Realms. My number 45, at least I found some enjoyment out of that one. It was awful and stupid, but my number 45 is Hurricane Heist, a film that I watched on Netflix. I did not see this one in theaters. That's because earlier this year I wasn't dedicated to going to see as many movies like I am now. You know, you already know. He knows. But, yeah. This movie was just boring. It was just kind of laughably funny, but boring at the same time. I forced myself to finish it because someone else wanted to watch it with me. But I think it was absolutely awful. At number 44, this is an unpopular opinion. A few of my bottom ones, that I think are really bad, are unpopular opinions. I think that the movie Adrift was absolutely awful. It has a 66 on Rotten Tomatoes. How? This movie was dumb. From Shailene Woodley with her awful performance. Laughably awful. I remember when I saw this, I might be a little bit too harsh, but I said that she was an awful actress, which I don't know if that's true. I haven't seen her in any other movies. She probably isn't. But Adrift was absolutely awful. From her singing songs about smoking cigarettes to just dumb things like that. It was just dumb. I can't understand why anyone would like Adrift. But if you do, I'm not attacking you. I think that if you enjoyed it, turn off your mind and just watch an hour and a half. The only thing that I liked was the twist at the end. So, yeah, that's it. At least I wasn't bored during that one. Unlike my number 43, which I give the award for the most boring film of the year. Number 43 is Alpha. Alpha was absolutely awful. I brought a blanket with me to go and see Alpha. I was hiding underneath the blanket because at least under the blanket, there's not anything to bother me. I was just moving around because I absolutely hated Alpha. At least it was $5 Tuesday. You know. But Alpha was absolutely awful. It had some good visuals. I'll give it that. I think at the scene where the boy slaps the dog is absolutely hysterical. Besides that, the movie has no good things about it. Alpha, for me, is one of those bland, boring movies that you absolutely can't stand. I'd rather stare at a wall for an hour and 30 minutes. That's one good thing about Alpha. It's an hour and 30 minutes long. It's pretty short. But I'd rather stare at a wall for an hour and 30 minutes. At least then, I won't have to think about anything. I can just, I can at least then just focus on my thoughts instead of having something distract me. At number 42 is another movie critics liked. Thought was decent. My number 42 is House with a Clock in Its Walls. Thought that this movie was absolutely just bad. It wasn't awful. I wasn't completely bored by it. But some of the decisions in this film I didn't like at all. The only saving grace of this movie is Baby Jack Black. You already know. You know. Baby Jack Black. That scene was beautiful. But I think it's a very strange children's film and some of the choices that they make. Number 41 is Hotel Transylvania 3. Possibly the worst in the series. I stand by my decision to say that the first one was okay. Like, I don't think that Hotel Transylvania 1 is an awful film. It's not good either, but it's not awful. Hotel Transylvania 2, I think would more so be fitting of a short film, like that puppy short. Like, them having a child and him having a birthday. Like, you shouldn't blow that up to an hour and 30 minutes long. And I just think that this film was just bad, boring, stupid. The ending was absolutely awful. Did not like that movie at all. Number 40 is another movie I did not like. It's another animated film. Number 40 is Early Man. Maybe the fact that I had a flu and I didn't know about it when I went to go and see Early Man detracted some of my enjoyment from it. But even then, Early Man is a bland, boring film. And I'm not even an Aardman fan. My favorite Aardman film is Pirates Band of Misfits, which I think is just fine. But truly, it's not really that great of a film. It's just kind of bland. I don't find anything funny in it. So yeah. Number 39, film I do not hate. This point up, I think that they're just kind of Ed to great. Miracle Season is one of those movies. I don't really have any real problems with Miracle Season. It's kind of fine. It does tug on your heartstrings, I guess. You know. I did not appreciate the use of gross out humor, especially the scenes where the girls are eating cheese pizza. But I can excuse that. I think that the parts with volleyball in the film were extremely boring. I enjoyed the more dramatic parts of it. So I think that one was fine. Number 38 is a film that I think was severely, somewhat underrated, actually. Or overhated. A Wrinkle in Time, really, I didn't have that good expectations going into this film. And they were kind of met. I didn't hate Miracle Season. Thought it was a fine time at the cinemas. I just don't really hate Miracle Season like a lot of people do. I wasn't bored by it. People are saying it's worse than Nutcracker. I can't understand that at all. I thought that Nutcracker was pretty awful. But yeah, number 37 was Rampage. I don't like Dwayne Johnson very much. I think he's just kind of boring. His movies are boring. And this one was no exception. At least Jumanji, like, they had other people there. This one was just kind of boring. Basically a worse version of Godzilla film. That was number 38. Number 37 was Rampage. Number 36 is a film that I think was overhated also. Mortal Engines. You know, your boy Uncle Bob Soups, he loves this movie. Number 5 of the year. Not that good, but it's not as bad as the critics say it is. So, I wasn't bored. Well, I think at the ending, like the last 30 minutes of Mortal Engines is boring. I think it has the worst scene out of any movie of the year. Check out my review if you want to hear me rant about that for 5 minutes. One word, Minions. Illumination Minions. But, yeah. Number 35 is Smallfoot. I didn't despise Smallfoot. I enjoy Wonderful Life by Zendaya as Michi. That's a joke, by the way. JK. But actually, I did like Wonderful Life. I think My Real Faults is it's just a very strange movie. If you watched it, you'd know what I'm talking about. Number 34. It's a film that I'm not going to go much into, because, spoiler alert, it will be on my top 5 most disappointing of the year. That movie is Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I did not like Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom at all. The kid who screams and uses the spray or whatever, I thought was extremely annoying. And I just didn't really... Actually, I was like laughing hysterically for 1 minute straight, I guess. That's what it gave me. I thought it was very boring. Yeah, number 34 was Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Number 33 was Mission Impossible Fallout. Don't hate me for this. I do not enjoy Mission Impossible Fallout. I think that Mission Impossible Fallout was a boring, mindless action film filled with just Tom Cruise doing random stunts for no reason. So, if you enjoy watching Tom Cruise do stunts for 2.5 hours, go ahead, watch this movie. But if you enjoy more substance in your action movies, like SS Reviews You does, this is a pass. 32 is another movie that I was disappointed by, and that is a Grinch. This was actually the first movie I ever reviewed on my YouTube channel. So, yeah, Grinch was a mediocre film. One of Illumination's weaker efforts, in my opinion. I enjoy the Lorax more. You want to hear more thoughts on that? Go and check out my Grinch review. Number 31 is Goosebumps 2 Haunted Halloween. I actually quite enjoyed Goosebumps 2 Haunted Halloween. I thought it was an enjoyably fun time. I think at the ending it's really boring, and then they try and make it dramatic and emotional, which and the ending is just kind of boring. But everything was Slappy. Slappy was the only thing that I really enjoyed about this film, and he was in it quite a bit. So, Goosebumps 2 Haunted Halloween is at number 31. Number 30 is Tomb Raider. Film that I thought was fine. It's kind of a meh movie. I don't really remember much about it, but Tomb Raider's at number 30. Number 29 was one of those films I joked about a lot, and that is Uncle Drew. I enjoyed Uncle Drew. Actually, I think at the last, a lot of these movies, comedy-type movies, a lot of movies in general, they just fall apart in the last 30 minutes, or maybe even an hour, but I really enjoyed Uncle Drew. I thought it was a fun comedy. Up until the last, 45 minutes, I thought it just got boring, and just tried to make it all dramatic. So yeah, Uncle Drew at number 29. Number 28, The Meg. Thought that The Meg was fine. So The Meg at number 28. Number 27 is Black Panther. I think it was I think it was overrated. I liked it when I saw it. More I thought about it, it really wasn't that good. I thought it was one of Marvel's more mediocre efforts. Number 26 is Ant-Man and the Wasp. Number 27 to number 24 are my 4 superhero movies, actually. Number 26 is Ant-Man and the Wasp. Number 25 is Incredibles 2. And number 24 is Venom. Yeah, they were all kind of fine, I guess. Number 23 was Green Book, which I made a review on. I think it's okay. Somewhat comedic. I think the ending, it's kind of but I enjoyed Green Book for what it was. Number 22 is Ocean's 8. I enjoyed this film. It was a little bit boring. I enjoyed the editing. I think it was unique. I've never seen an Ocean's film before, so maybe that helped my enjoyment. Number 21 was another film that I wasn't too keen on. I made a review on this. Number 21 was Mary Poppins Returns. Thought it was kind of eh. Number 19. Number 20 is Peter Rabbit. I actually enjoyed Peter Rabbit. I thought it was a humorous film. Better than the advertisements would lead you to believe. Number 19 was Crazy Rich Asians, one of those other movies I used to joke about. It was actually good. not good enough to be nominated for Best Drama Best Comedy, I mean. Golden Globes. I don't take the Golden Globes seriously, though. I thought it was fine. Oh, I'm getting out of breath. Because I've just been, like, yelling about bad movies. Number 18 is Ready Player One. We're getting into my honorable mention territory. Number 18 is Ready Player One. I enjoyed Ready Player One. Wanted to put it higher, but I just couldn't see any way to put it any higher. Really enjoyed Ready Player One, actually. There was a while where I didn't like Ready Player One, and I came back to liking it. So yeah, that's at number 19. Number 18. No, that was at number 18. Number 17 is Solo, a Star Wars story. Solo, a Star Wars story was fine. I believe it is one of the better Disney Star Wars films. I enjoyed it more than something like Rogue One, but it still wasn't a great film. And at that was number 17 was Solo. Number 16 was Maze Runner: The Death Cure. I think this one was severely underrated also. I don't really understand the hate for Maze Runner: The Death Cure. Number 16. This one has a story to tell. This one I originally put at number 10 in my top 10 of the year, but since making that video, I disagree with my placement on that movie. And that movie was Bumblebee. I have, at number 15, actually. Number 15, I have Bumblebee. Bumblebee was good. I think, I don't even know why I put it in my top 10. It wasn't even that great of a movie. I thought it was just good. I decided to put another movie onto my top 10 in this list. I changed it up a little bit. That was number 15 was Bumblebee. Number 16 was Maze Runner. Number 14 is A Quiet Place. I enjoyed A Quiet Place. I was a little bit let down by it, though. Number 13 was Teen Titans Go to the Movies, a film that I thoroughly enjoyed. Personally, my funniest movie of the year. I don't know about you. Number 12 is Christopher Robin. I really enjoyed Christopher Robin. I think it's underrated. At number 12 was Christopher Robin. Number 11 is Aquaman. This was a film that I really enjoyed. I really liked Aquaman. Yeah, watch my review on that one. Then my number 10 that got switched around, this might surprise some of you, was actually Creed 2. I decided that Creed 2 was top 10 material. So, my old top 10, number 10 doesn't count anymore. Creed 2, I thought was enjoyable. I enjoyed how it was more of a drama than a sports movie. Stay tuned. So that wraps up my ranking. Go and check out my top 10. Know that Bumblebee is no longer my number 10 movie, and it is now Creed 2. So stay tuned for my Glass review next Monday, and for my top 5 most disappointing later this week. So thank you for watching. And check out more of my videos. Like, subscribe, share. And thank you for watching. Goodbye.